So what's he been saying, Jeremy Hunt? He's blaming Liz Truss for this mess, is he?
Yeah, this hearing is ongoing. As we speak, the Chancellor's appearing in front of the Treasury Select Committee of MPs. He's talking about a range of issues. I've been watching it this morning, and that line did catch my eye, and I thought I'd bring it to you. So, look, what's really happening here is that the kind of Jeremy Hunt, Rishi Sunak wing of the Conservative Party are pressing home their advantage. They've had a good couple of weeks. You know, the Windsor framework seems to have worked, according to most people, though, of course, the DUP don't like it. They seem to be making some progress with small boats. There's talk now of maybe the Tories can win the election. The poll lead is narrowing. So Jeremy Hunt's taking a bit of a risk here, gloating a little bit, really sticking it, if you like, to the former Prime Minister Liz Truss and her then-Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng. This is what he told the Treasury Select Committee of MPs about that mini-budget back in September.
Yes, there were some mistakes in the mini-budget which we had to reverse, and in particular I think it's clear you can't fund tax cuts through increased borrowing, so that is a clear thing that we changed course on.
Really strong language there, and he's saying to the right of the Tory party, look, forget about tax cuts.
Yeah.
They're not going to happen, certainly not until we're much, much nearer a general election. Behave yourselves. The ERG obviously didn't really show in that rebellion against the Windsor framework, even though Boris Johnson and Liz Truss and Ian Duncan Smith, three former leaders, two former Prime Ministers, voted against the current Prime Minister.
Where have the Tory rebels who want lower taxes got to go, Liam? That's the point. Because Rishi Sunak, his people were saying the other day, it's his party now.
Well, you know what? I think they will come again, because I think a huge swathe of the country actually agrees with them.
So do I.
Look, there's the history of that mini-budget. Never has a mini-budget been so mini. That will be poured over by many, many historians. I personally think the real reason the markets went haywire after that mini-budget wasn't so much because of the fiscal measures that Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng wanted to introduce. It was because the Bank of England the day before decided that would be a good time, just before this mini-budget, to start selling loads of bonds back to the markets. That sounds complicated, and in another context I could do a lot more to explain it.
But was that willful by the Bank of England to wreck the budget?
Well, I'm not sure. I certainly think the Bank of England were very, very happy when Jeremy Hunt, very much a sort of Treasury man, identikit Chancellor, not a kind of envelope-pushing Chancellor, came in. And there was something else so far during this testimony from Jeremy Hunt that I think will backfire on him. He's been saying, look, in the in his budget, he wants to do two things. He wants to get people back to work, and he did that by trying to raise the pension cap. It only really applies to the wealthiest 1% of pensioners. And he also said that he wanted to create an investment environment for business. And he said that we've now got the best investment environment for business of the major economies. I just don't think that's true. Corporation tax has just gone up from 19 to 25%.
Yeah.
And here's something else that I've sussed out since the budget. You know, politicians often say to me, oh, but you only pay corporation tax at 25% above £250,000 profit, and up to £50,000 you don't pay anything. Actually, between £50,000 and £250,000 profit, these are still quite small businesses employing, you know, a dozen people or so. You actually pay, you go from 19 to 26.5%. So by the time you get to 250 grand, you've paid 25% on the whole lot. So the sort of marginal increase in your tax rate, if you if your business makes more than £50,000, a lot of small businesses are just sussing this out.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a plumber running a small business, you might make 50 grand, right? Because that's how you feed your family.
Yeah.
And you immediately pay above, once you go above that 250 grand, you start paying 26.5%, which is a huge increase. So I think those comments are going to backfire on him.
And it's a disincentive. It's a
huge disincentive.
To employ more people, to make more money, to invest.
In fairness to him, there is now 100% full deduction taxable allowance on investment, but it tends to be the big businesses that invest more and can use those taxable investment allowances.
And most of this country is in the services industry. So doesn't get that.
And you don't get those massive investments of capital equipment that you can use to use those deductions for.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you.